Good morning everyone, thanks for joining me. I've been suffering from location block. It's kind of like writer's block, except it affects landscape photographers and means we just don't know where to go. So I kind of picked a location at random this morning. It's Rush's Yoma. So behind me, if I turn around you might be able to see it, yeah. There's the big hill with a medieval watchtower, a 16th century watchtower on the top. Beyond that we've got the coastline wrapping around to Benidorm and the Sierra Relada, and that's kind of where the sun's going to be coming up. I'm not sure it's the best location because the big hill is going to be backlit, or mostly backlit, but we'll see what we can do with it. I'm probably going to be fairly unimaginative composition wise. Rocks and waves in the foreground, the hill in the background. But I'm going to sort of try and get set up and see what we can do. I hope you'll enjoy the video. If you do, and you're new here, don't forget to hit subscribe before you go. Okay, tricky place to set up. Whoa. Okay, that was a big wave. Okay, I'll start again. Tricky place to set up because the rocks are big, uneven, slippery. But I've got my tripod set up, sort of wedged into the rocks nicely, fairly close to the water, but not ridiculously close. Fairly low down, but not too low. What I'm trying to do is fit all of the big hill in and have the waves coming in from the right, and then the rocks and the wave line curving around, leads up to the hill and then out to the background scene, which is sort of roughly where the sun's going to be coming up in a little while. I've already got wet feet and they're only going to get wetter, I suspect. I played around with a long exposure for 25 seconds, and that might have worked. We had some nice deep blues in the sky and some warm tones across the horizon. That's gone now, so what I'm now doing is waiting until I can get to that sort of magic half a second mark on the waves breaking, because that'll add the maximum interest into the scene. As I said, I'm not sure about this place because that big hill is going to be very, very dark. Even once the sun comes over the horizon, it's not going to get any light on this side of it. So I may have made a mistake coming here. But I'm here, I'm set up, and I'll do the best I can. I just bumped my ISO up to 160, which is letting me get half a second now, and I'll just keep an eye on my exposure. Oh, yeah, wet feet. Okay, I didn't really want to put an ND grad on because that hill is already dark, but because the sky over on the right hand side is so bright, I've either got to put an ND grad on or bracket. Because I'm trying to shoot waves, I really don't want a bracket. So I put in a 2-stop hard-edged endy grad. Oh, water, wet feet. And ISO 160, half a second at the moment. That will soon change as the sun comes up. So just to actually give you the, I guess the technical specs, 16 to 35 lens at about 19 millimeters. Like I said, I've now got the 2-stop hard-edged endy grad in. Focusing on infinity, although I'm going to occasionally do a shot in on the foreground. Big one coming. And I've got soaking wet feet. So I'm going to do the occasional one in on the foreground, just to make sure that I don't end up with a soft, tends to be like the corners can be softer, and that'll be the left hand side corner with the rocks are if I'm not careful. So just a sort of little bit of focus stacking. Okay, the sun's coming up and I've changed the composition just a little bit. So I've gone to 16mm and just angled around a little bit so I can get the sun in the frame. Clean the film up, all splashed again. Finished now and moved the camera, and pretty much as soon as I did, the fisherman that's been down that way came and asked me if he could go up that way. It was nice of him to be considerate and stay out on my shot. Unusual actually. Anyway, yeah, I think maybe that's it. Okay, so I've had so many water splashes on those filters. As fast as you're cleaning it off, another wave's coming in and spraying drops all over it. So I'm hoping that between the water drops, the backlight, possibility of lens flare, I'm hoping I've got an image. I did do some shots focused in on the foreground, as I said, so that if I need to focus stack, I can. I might have done one of the early ones, the long exposure, when it was still fairly dark, kind of not really blue hour, but well before the sort of the golden hour, and hopefully one shot with some waves breaking and maybe with the sun rising. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please give it a like, share it on social media, leave me a comment of course, and if you're new here and you've enjoyed it, don't forget about hitting subscribe. And that's it. I'm going to head for home, empty my boots out because they're full of water, and just say I really appreciate you taking the time to watch. So thank you very much, and until the next video, bye.